Hi, welcome to this new video series, and I call it the real rules of business. So just 5 principles in order to create a business that can build you financial freedom, that can give you the income you deserve, and basically be able to create an impact wherever you go. Because this series is inspired because I talked to countless members of WYODC, and not all WYODC members are thriving. I mean, some are wildly successful, but a few of them are stumbling along the way. And when I asked them why, and because that's despite the principles and everything, and I asked them why, they give me myths and disinformation that the industry has gave them. And so they have a wrong impression of business. And therefore, it's almost like, I mean, there's a saying that says, if business is a game, money is how you keep score. But if you're not playing the game of business and you're not following the rules, you never win the game of business. So that's, no matter how good you are at checkers, if you join a chess tournament playing checker rules, you will lose. And so what I want to give you are what I think are the 5 rules of business. They may be a little bit controversial. They may even be a little bit surprising because, as with me, it's never the conventional route for me. And all these platitudes that I hear that pisses me off, things like burn your boats, fail forward, and all those things are really not. I don't think they are the right move. I think these are just myths that need to be dispelled, and certain truths, certain principles need to be outlined so that you can actually start succeeding. So without further ado, let me open up my trusty whiteboard. And we're going to go into the rules of business pretty much. And so rule number 1 is what I call creating sellable machines. Creating sellable machines. So what does that mean? So let me just lay a foundation for you. So here's the thing. In business, in life, in almost everything you do, right? The end actually determines the foundation. It actually determines the beginning. So your foundation is the vision and the end goal of your business. And how you view your business upon exit, upon a long-term sort of thing, starts from the end. And so what happens is your business needs to be built on a, where is it? Yeah, here. Your business needs to be built on the right foundation. So if this is a house, we know that, I mean, there's a biblical story that says if you build your house on the sand, you will start crumbling, right? And if you build your house on the rock, it stands. So how you build your business really determines the health of your income. And how you do that is is basically this. So here's the thing, right? The foundation is the end justifies the beginning. But let me add one more truth for you. And that is, if you're an amateur, that means you're new to business, you're a solopreneur that's, just came on the internet and whatnot. The typical mistake that you make is that you think the beginning is the end. You think the beginning is the end. And what I mean by that, you think that one funnel is the one that is going to give you your riches. You think that business model that you find on YouTube is your means to an end. But that's not true. Because the very truth of the matter is the beginning is the beginning. And there's a journey. And these are footsteps. And it's a journey of 1,000 steps to get to the end. That funnel is the catalyst of the start of your journey. But it's probably another couple of years, 5, 10, 15 years before you get to the end. So what's my point? My point is, if you're going to be in business for the long haul, you need to have an end in business that is worthwhile to you. And the very nature of business, the end of all business, I feel, and if you feel that business does not fit into this description, then you're probably not building a business and you will not attain the wealth that you think you deserve. Like, fine. Like, if this doesn't fit your definition, fine, but know that your definition of business, your definition of wealth will determine your end goal. And if you're not getting the result that you want right now, I suggest you really change your definition. So really, right? Really, what is a business? It's a sellable machine. It's a sellable machine. And we go into machine first. So machine just basically means it's an entity that can run without you and can make money, which means that it may not happen now, but when you go to sleep, so when, let's say when you're yawning, you're sleeping away, it actually produces income. And that is, it could be you have a team, it could be you have an e-commerce site where everything is dialed in. It doesn't require your input. And obviously that doesn't happen overnight, that doesn't happen in 2-3 days. It happens in a matter of years. But again, we're building something because we want to have that financial freedom and why you have the reason to be in business in the first place. And secondly, it needs to be sellable. And when I say sellable, I don't mean you actually need to sell it. It means that if a buyer were to look at it, they willingly will pay you multiples. So it could be, times 2, times 3, times even 10, that you may not choose to sell. So you may say, hey, I want to do business. Like one of my friends got a $60 million offer, has a supplement brand, 3 times multiple, refuses to sell, fine. But the very notion that he got that 3 times multiple or that 10 times multiple in the first place shows you that business is doing well, because sellers, unless they're dumb or is money laundering or they're doing money laundering or they're your father or something like that, they will not buy sick businesses. They will not buy businesses that are unhealthy. They will not buy non-machines even That means if you have nothing automated, you have no SOPs, no processes, no team, then you probably won't sell as well. So the whole end of business is to build sellable machines. And now the question for you is, one, is your business a sellable machine? Two, if it isn't, what can you do to get there? And again, I talk about 1,000 steps. It's not a leap. So you don't just leapfrog. You don't just go straight. You don't just go straight here. Like directly, you can create a sellable machine in 2-3 days. It doesn't work that way. It takes a while. But as you are a solopreneur, or you're doing your own business, or you're in the cafe, or whatever you're doing, basically think to yourself, how do I make this a sellable machine? And start getting ready and start getting prepared. And if your business model is not a sellable machine, or you don't know what to do, you can always, find a job. You can find a job. You're a solopreneur. You can find a job so you know the parts of the machine. So then when you start creating your machine, you know what to do. Does that make sense? But your end goal, the long game, is to create a sellable machine. And so here's the thing, and here's the litmus test, right? Like, so basically, if your business is a sellable machine, there's two different circles. So this is a steering wheel versus a tire. That means you're just a cog. And then you have to think to yourself, basically, how do I transition from a tire so that I can, start having the steering wheel, start directing traffic, start directing my vehicle. And the steering wheel doesn't require a lot of effort. The tire is the one that lifts the car, right? Like the steering wheel, you steer, and then you go to a certain direction. There is a machine. And really, that's, for me, the end goal. So really practically, what that means is, if you're in any form of self-employment right now, is really to think of these things, like basically in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, am I going to still do this forever? Am I going to still struggle with the clients I have? Or am I going to still struggle with the business I have? And basically, a lot of the times why you're struggling, or maybe you have that angst, is because you don't have the vision of creating, of going from tire to steering wheel. And so you need to just think about, wow, okay, eventually I want to create a selling machine. And then you got something right already. Like, you're like, okay, wherever I am, wherever I start, it might take 3, 4, 5, 6 steps across a significant amount of time, but it will help me get to the other side. And that's how I achieve my financial freedom. So that's it from me. And again, with any of these videos, I have an invitation for you. It's totally free. I'm reopening my Knights of the Holy Grail masterclass next week. And it's really the foundations of how you create compelling offers that crush it in the marketplace. It's about positioning yourself so that you're not a Me Too person in the marketplace, and that more than ever you need to be, you need to stand out. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. And all you need to do is just sign up. All you need to do is sign up. It's totally free. And yeah, and you get teachings like this. You get mental models like this, so that it will help you succeed in the long haul. So again, to reiterate, rule One is to create sellable machines, and the end determines the beginning. Amateurs confuse the beginning from the end, and when you have this, financial freedom awaits. So this is kind of you signing off, saying to write your own damn check, and talk soon. Bye.